Hello and good evening and welcome to Housing Issues. And this week is an episode from Neighborhood Housing Services of Chicago, affectionately known as NHS. My name is Bathsheba Wyatt-Draper and I am going to be your host for this evening. And I just want to make sure that you know what's going on at NHS. We have so many things going on. I have a lot to talk to you about. We've been in business for over 38 years, helping people buy, fix, and stay in their homes, helping communities to be stable again, helping people work with their finances, helping people to become home ownership ready by our home buyers education classes. And in the upcoming months, we will be offering some other new items, and I will make you aware of them. I'm just so glad that you took the time to view in with us today. I want to just tell you that anything that you hear on the show that you want more information about, you can call 773-329-4010 and let them know that you heard it on the show and they will direct you to the appropriate person who can help you with it. Now, I want to just give you an idea of who we are. This is our website. www.nhschicago.org, and as you can see at the top it says buy, fix, keep, learn, and live. So this is where you can go to get more information about what we do and how we do it. Again, that's Neighborhood Housing Services of Chicago, and the website is nhschicago.org. Now, we have a big event coming up. I have a guest with me tonight, but I'm going to hold off for a minute before I introduce her. I want to tell you about our big annual awards dinner. NHS is having their annual awards dinner on March the 16th at the Sheraton, downtown Chicago. This is a big event that we have every year where people are honored and our work is continued. If you'd like to get more information, if you'd like to possibly participate, please call Miss Nelson at 773-329-1040. That'll be the switchboard or the front desk, and tell them you'd like to speak to Miss Nelson. She's in charge of the tickets and can give you more information. Now, about my guest to my right, Miss Paula Grantt. I am so excited to have Paula on. Paula runs a program that I'm just so excited about because people are buying houses, rehabbing houses, and working to make Woodlawn a new neighborhood. The program is called Renew Woodlawn, and Paula is going to talk to us about exactly what that means. Renew Woodlawn and make it your home. It's all about the new investment in Woodlawn. And so I'm not going to try to tell you about what Paula does. I'm going to let Paula tell you about what she does. And there's some upcoming events that I want her to share with you. And I want her to talk about September. So welcome to the show, Paula. I'm so glad to have you here. I'm excited because I know people that are buying in Woodlawn. I mean, I hear people are calling and asking about it. And so I know you're doing great work. So I want to congratulate you on the work that you're doing. And now I want to ask you to go ahead on and talk about what you do. I'm going to shut up.
Okay. Well, thank you, Bathsheba. Thanks for having me again here on your show. The Renew Woodlawn Home Ownership Program is a program in the Woodlawn area where you can get purchase a 1 to 4 unit property. And it can be anywhere in Woodlawn. The boundaries for Woodlawn is 60th on the north, 67th on the south, King Drive on the western border, and then Stony Island on the eastern border. And then there's also a small portion between 67th and 71st between King Drive and Cottage Grove.
Oh, okay.
And a person, again, can purchase a 1 to 4 unit property. They could get up to $75,000 to help them with that. And we currently have actually sold 13 houses in a year.
Congratulations. That's
area.
Great. That's great.
Yes, and so the plan is to actually have at least 20, but it's going to actually be more than 20, so we're really excited about that. It could be any property within those boundaries. Some of the properties, though, we actually have acquired for the program.
Okay.
And so some of the properties a person could actually do a purchase rehab, or the person could, we have developers developing some of the properties. So if you don't want to, go through that rehab job, that's a tough job for some. But then for some, they'd love, to get their hands.
Yeah, it's opportunity to put their own niche in the house, make it theirs. Now, let me say this. If any of them require restoration, that's different. to restore a home is always a little bit more detailed and financially orientated than just rehab, because when you restore, you try to take it back to where it was.
That's true.
And so when you rehab and you're just making it, you can make it current. You just rehabbing some basic stuff. But when you restore, that's when you go out and look for the wrought iron gates and those sinks that used to be in the bathroom. You want to put in the pocket doors that might be missing, just so people understand that you can do that.
Right.
But you need to understand the dynamics of that.
That's true. And then, too, one of the things with restoration, you actually have to have architectural plans.
Right, you have
too.
to have architectural drawings.
Whereas
yes.
a rehab, typically, you could have an architect for that also, but you don't necessarily have to. It depends on how much work you're doing. But, again, the program will let you buy any property in Woodlawn, a 1 to 4 unit property. You must take a home buyer education class. We actually offer them on site in the Woodlawn area. We have the second part to the class on March 11th coming up. But every month, typically the first and second Saturdays from 10 to 2 p.m., we will be holding classes on site in Woodlawn.
And that's to meet that 8-hour HUD certified certificate workshop that you have to have in order for the program. You have to meet that requirement.
That's true. And then also, if you do want to purchase a 2 or more unit building, you must have a landlord's class. And so
yeah, that's through CIC.
CIC is one of the
companies
that offers an excellent property management course. And I know some people might say, well, I've been a landlord before, but the class is, one of the requirements. And I'm sure even if you've been a landlord before, it will help you. That's the same thing with the home buyer education class. NHS actually provides that class also. And typically a person or a family that has gone through a home buyer education class is a more successful homeowner. And that's what we're all about.
Right, creating a better consumer. And going through the class, the CIC and the first-time homebuyer classes, educates you on the process. Helps you get some clarity about what's going to happen. It teaches you the process so that you feel more comfortable. You're not just turning yourself over to somebody. You can be an active participant in your process of purchasing your home or your property, a multi-unit property. It is in your best interest to take the classes. The reason why they're doing it is not just for you, but for them. They don't want to sell to somebody that hasn't had this type of exposure and then gets in the house, don't know how to keep the house up,
Right.
doesn't understand what's required. And so it's a win-win for you as well as for the investor. Now, some of you who might be interested may work where you have first-time home buyer incentives. You need to go to HR and find out. Because in this particular program, you can what they call layer money. I always like to use the University of Chicago because they give so much. But you can layer if they give you $5,000 or $10,000, you can layer that on top. Some lenders don't like to do it because they don't want to give up first place on the loan. Mm-hmm. Even though the lien that's attached to the property when you do use that money is only for a certain amount of time. And usually it's like if it's for 5 years, and after the 5 years, it drops off.
Yes. So, for example, the up to $75,000, that money, this is how it's broken out. You would get $50,000 for the buyer's incentive. And then if needed, you could get $25,000 more if there's an appraisal gap. If you're doing a purchase rehab, or $25,000 if there's an affordability gap. And as Bathsheba said, you can layer other money. University of Chicago is one of those companies that or institutions that will give you $5,000 to $10,000 for purchasing a home.
And their employees assistance program.
Depending on the lender, if they're offering other incentives, you can also layer those incentives. We currently have 4 choice lenders. That's the money that we have now left in the program is choice, which is by HUD. This was a program bought by HUD via preservation of affordable housing.
Okay.
And that's where we hold our classes at the Woodlawn Resource Center, and that's where my office is. And so we We are really, really, really excited about this program.
Oh, Woodlawn is excited.
Yeah,
Yeah, because it's changed. People begin to see Woodlawn different. I actually taught at the class this past weekend, and there was a gentleman in my class. He said, "I live in Woodlawn. I live on Rhodes." He said, "I am so excited about what they're doing in my community." He said, "I just want to tell everybody about what's going on here. Things are changing. I don't know what you thought about it before, but you better dress up if you want to come see it now." Because it's not the same Woodlawn. And it's a mindset. You know, people see the vision. They want to be a part of it. And I think that this is something, if you're interested in buying a home, I think this is something that you should explore. Why? Because of the money. You know, you're always calling asking, where is the money? Well, I'm telling you, they got money in Renew Woodlawn. And the money won't always be there.
Yes, because September 30th, 2017, so very few short months, the money will have to go back if we don't use it. And so I plan on not sending any money back. I want you who out there in the audience to come and see me and try and get some of this money to help you purchase your home.
Because you know the first thing they say, well, we gave them the money, they didn't use it, so they really didn't want it. They really didn't want a home. They didn't want nobody to help them because they didn't take advantage of it. It's the same way with Kid Care. If you didn't use that money, they wanted it back. And so we just have to work. Come on, call Paula. I'm going to have her give you her contact information so you can get in touch with her. And then once you get in touch with her, if you haven't taken the first time home buyers class, you want to sign up for that as soon as possible. Let me say this. If you're mortgage ready and you take the class, you find the house, you could be in the house within the next 2 or 3 months.
That's true. And so the way to contact me would be Renew Woodlawn at nhs.org is the website. Mm-hmm. Again, Renew Woodlawn at org. Oh, I'm sorry. Renew Woodlawn at nhs.org. My phone number is 773.
Hold on. It's actually Renew Woodlawn at nhschicago.org.
That's right.
So let me say that again. It's Renew Woodlawn at nhschicago, one word, .org.
That's right. And then my phone number is 773-329-4106. 329-4106. And so we'd love to work with you and to get you into your Woodlawn home. And again, like we're going to be having...
I just want to say, let's talk about your upcoming event in Woodlawn.
Yes. So every year, Woodlawn has a summit. And so this will be the 8th annual year that they've, the
8th annual summit?
The 8th annual summit. And it's held at the University of Chicago at their Social Security Administration building. And this particular time,
is that Social Security? Oh, I have a caller. Hold on, Paula. Hello, caller.
Yes, I just have a quick question.
Hi, I'm sorry I can't hear you. Could you speak up, please?
Yes, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Do any of those properties have an attached garage?
The properties that CIC has does not have an attached garage, but it is some property. They are properties in Woodlawn that do have attached garage. So anything that's on for sale in Woodlawn, or in some cases, sometimes we know of other buildings in Woodlawn, they would qualify.
Thank you for calling. Now, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Paula, and go back. You were talking about the annual summit that they have. And is that at the University of Chicago Social Studies building or Social Security?
I mean, social
studies, yeah.
Social studies
right.
building. And so anyway, it's going to be on Saturday, March 18th. Mm-hmm. The event starts at 8:30. We will be doing a housing a housing breakout at 11 o'clock. But initially, there will be like a State of Woodlawn type of meeting at the beginning, and then we will do breakouts. And so the housing breakout starts at 11 a.m. And then at 12:30, we're going to have trolley cars, 2 trolley cars that will come and take you to various properties within the Woodlawn area, and also just drive you through the area. Lunch will be provided. So we're really excited about that, to be able to take people into some of the Renew Woodlawn
Right,
homes.
and you've done this before. You had the trolley tour before, didn't you?
Yes, we had a trolley car tour in December, and which was very successful. And then each month we have a find a property meeting, because we've been trying to match pre-approved buyers to properties. You know, sometimes people, say that they're having a hard time finding the property, so we're, making those matches.
Oh, that's great. You're doing everything you can. All she needs you to do is to contact her. Take the class and come. Let her help you. Take advantage of this opportunity. This is a wonderful program. And as most programs, they don't last always. So for all of you who are always saying, where is the money? Here is the money. Now, you're going to have to qualify for the money. They're not just giving it away. So there will be some criteria. Yes, you can buy a single family or up to a 4-unit, but there's some other things that are going to be required of them too. Will they have to meet AMI?
Oh, yes. A person at this point with the Choice HUD money, you will have to be at 120% AMI or less, and that's area median income. And what that means is for a one-person household, you could make $64,680 or less and qualify, or a family of 4 could make $92,280 or less. And so with the AMI restrictions, it's for everyone working.
Right, it's for the household.
The household.
For the whole household, not just the mother or the father, but everybody that's working in the house.
Anyone that's over 18.
Over 18
years of age have to, that's the income. And so the income can be quite lucrative, $92,000 and for a family.
And so what are the credit scores? How do the credit scores figure into this?
Well, there's 4 lenders that are, working with the program. Each lender has their own credit.
Has their own credit score.
Their own lending requirements. Some of them I know are not credit score driven, but they do look at your credit. So you would have to actually contact those 4, lenders to find out what their
specific guidelines are other than the AMI, and that it has to be in Woodlawn. And yes, because the bottom line is everybody's going to have the ability to repay. I don't care who you are. That's the first thing they're going to want to know. Do you have the ability to repay? But I think it's a good opportunity if you could come out to the program so that you could find out what's going on in Woodlawn, because there are other plans for Woodlawn other than housing. There's some economic development plan for Woodlawn. You need to find out about that and then have the opportunity to take the trolley car and go and see what's been done, what can be done, and see if you find something that you like, because the time is now. The program will be gone September 30th. You don't want to say, I wish I could have, should have. You want to say, I came, I did, and now I'm at home. That's what you want to do. And this is just one of the many programs that we work with at Neighborhood Housing Services of Chicago. This is the kind of stuff that excites us, to help renew Woodlawn and stabilizing that community again, creating new homeowners, creating family legacies, creating wealth in the family through the home ownership. So we are very excited about that, because that's what we do. Now, we also do purchase rehabs. So if you wanted to purchase a piece of property, and you went through neighborhood lending services, we do purchase rehabs where we have inspectors, our contract people come out and give you a number, a figure to look at the property, see what it'll cost to bring it up to code and what it might cost to rehab it. We even have some property online that you can buy. We are very resourceful. We try to deal with the holistic approach, not just to buying a home, but to your life. Because your home is the biggest purchase other than your car you're probably going to make in your lifetime. So you want to make it somewhere where you can be able to stay there and enjoy it. And so that's more than just buying a home. Learn how to stay in a home. It's about looking at your finances and see if you need some help. We might be able to help you. Don't underestimate us at NHS, because we have many services to serve the people who need the help. We just need the people to contact us. And our number is 773-329-4010. And you can ask them about anything that you're hearing on the show this evening. Now, I just want you to see the website again, and please feel free to visit it. And that's nhschicago, one word, .org. nhschicago.org. And remember, we have offices all over the city of Chicago, in Elgin, and in the south suburbs. There's no reason why we can't meet with you. You just have to call and let us know that you want to meet with us, you want to talk to us, you want to find out about what we do. Please take advantage of this opportunity. I want to thank Paula for being on the show today, because I am all about Renew Woodlawn. If I didn't already have a house, I'd be trying to move into Woodlawn, into Renew Woodlawn, because this type of money doesn't come around a lot. You don't have this opportunity, and so we really need to jump on it. So I want to thank Paula for coming and bringing the information, because that's what we want to do. We want to educate you about things that are going on. And the other thing is, before I get off the show, is don't forget, it's not too late to sign up for the hardest hit. For those of you who may be behind due to no fault of your own, your money is depleted, you're unemployed due to no fault of your own, you have at least a 15% decrease in your income, it is not too late to sign up for the hardest hit fund. When you sign up, you can designate NHS as your agency. We'd be more than happy to work with you. There's just so much going on. We cannot tell it all in this small amount of time, but we appreciate it, and we appreciate you coming on the show, cutting us on, watching us. And do me a favor. If we said something that doesn't help you or that you don't need, please share it with somebody else. Because there's somebody out there who needs to know this. Somebody out there is looking for this type of information, and they didn't know to cut on the TV. But you did. You be the messenger for us. We appreciate it. Thank you so very much. Tell somebody about NHS Chicago and the things that we do. Be sure to tell them about the Renew Woodlawn, and tell them about the money that's available. And tell them to contact Paula. Paula, give them your contact information again.
Again, I'm at Renew Woodlawn at nhschicago.org, and my phone number is 773-329-4106.
Now, I'm so excited. Next month, I'll be back with someone else on the show with another program to tell you about, or some upcoming events that NHS is sponsoring, supporting, or will be a part of. I hope that this show has been of a benefit to you. It has been my pleasure to be your host. I again want to thank Paula, and I want to thank Neighborhood Housing Services of Chicago. We're trying to reach you. Call us. We want to hear from you. Be blessed, and have a great weekend, everybody.